What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. We got a lot going on here right now as well. First of all, this Hurricane Ian going into Florida is really major. It's close to a category 5 here with over 150-mile-an-hour winds here in gusts in some cases. It's getting really, really bad. The president was just at a major conference here. You'll hear him speak about that, and also major announcements here that are going to affect millions of people here countrywide. I'll give you an excerpt of what he said here, and then I'll give you the announcements here of that here as well. Here's a quick excerpt of what the president had to say here, and then I'll give you multiple different announcements that came here with this announcement of what the president had to say here today. Take a listen.
We've done to prepare for the hurricane. That includes dispatching hundreds of FEMA personnel and activating thousands of National Guard members. I've also developed a search and rescue team and deployed them to multiple federal agencies, and they're already on the ground and ready to help as we speak. FEMA pre-positioned literally millions of liters of water, millions of meals, and hundreds of generators. We have scheduled everything we can possibly do, we think, and so do the mayors and governor, that we've had put up shelters, they're ready. We're not sure exactly where it's going to hit, but it's getting pretty clear exactly where it's going to hit. I made it clear to the governor and the mayors that the federal government is ready to help in every single way possible. Now, I want to repeat what I said yesterday to the people of Florida. The storm is incredibly dangerous, to state the obvious. It's life-threatening. You should obey all warnings and directions from emergency officials. Don't take anything for granted. Use their judgment, not yours. Evacuate when ordered. Be prepared. Storm warnings are real, the evacuation notices are real, the danger is real, and when the storm passes, the federal government's going to be there to help you recover. We'll be there to help you clean up and rebuild, to help you get Florida get moving again. And we'll be there at every step of the way. That's my absolute commitment to the people of the state of Florida. And if you forgive me, I want to add one more warning. That's warning to the oil and gas industry executives. Do not, let me repeat, do not use this as an excuse to raise gasoline prices or gouge the American people. The price of oil has stayed relatively low. It kept going down. The price of gas should be going down as well. My experts informed me the production of only about 190,000 barrels a day has been impacted by the storm thus far. That's less than 2% of the United States daily production, impacted for a very short period of time. This small temporary storm impact on oil production provides no excuse for price increases at the pump, none. If gas companies try to use this storm to raise prices at the pump, I will ask officials to look into whether price gouging is going on. America is watching. The industry should do the right thing. As a matter of fact, they should move more quickly now to bring down the price of the pump, because gasoline is down. The price of gasoline is down a great deal. There's too much of a delay between the price of a barrel of gas being produced, oil, and the price of gasoline at the pump. Now, to why we're all here. For this on this historic day. The Secretary of Agriculture already said anything, so I'm leaving. So I apologize you for any repetition that may occur here. But all kidding aside, it's been over 50 years, to state the obvious. You all know it well. Since President Nixon convened the original White House Conference on Hunger, Nutrition, and Health. And that single conference and the laws that inspired led to transformational change that has helped millions of Americans live healthier lives for generations. Since that time, advances in research and medicine have taught us so much more about nutrition and health. And today, I'm convening this conference again because I believe we can use these advances to do even more to make America stronger and a healthier nation. And so many of you know so much about this as well, and you're committed. And I want to thank all of you here for including bipartisan elected officials like Representative Governor, Senator Braun, Senator Booker, Representative Jackie. Are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be here to help make this a reality. This goal is within our reach. Just look at how far we've come on child poverty. 30 years ago, as was referenced, 1 in 4 children live below the poverty line. Today, 1 in 20 live below the poverty line. So I know we can tackle hunger as well. And I've released a national strategy to meet that bold goal. The strategy that has three key principles. First, help more Americans. It says again, help more Americans access the food that will keep their families nourished and healthy. A lot of food deserts out there. Second, give folks the option and information they need to make healthy dietary choices. Thirdly, help more Americans be physically active. People want to be, lots of times there's no places to go to be active from where they live. The good news is that we've already been laying a strong foundation for this work. Soon after I came to office, I signed what was called the American Rescue Plan into law. It helped put food on the table and keep a roof over the heads of millions of American families. It helped our economy create nearly 10 million new jobs, most jobs created in that time frame in American history. We kept the key price of the piece of the American Rescue Plan is the expanded child tax credit.
Okay, so the president goes on there for it seems like hours, so I'm gonna cut that short. But let me get to what we know here so far because there's a lot of information, and I'm gonna give you what I know here so far. Honestly, it might take days to actually learn here because a lot of this stuff is gonna come out on the state level. Some of this stuff is on the federal level, obviously there's 50 states, so it's almost impossible to cover all this information. Let me tell you what we know here so far. Some dollar amounts and some, I'll give you what we know here so far. Here we go. Number one, massive SNAP benefit adjustments. SNAP benefit adjustments will help with low income households coping with food inflation. On October 1st, 2022, literally in a few days, SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps to a lot of people, benefits will automatically rise to reflect changes in the cost of living, helping households with low income cover their food needs and countering recent high food inflation. This is the first thing here. So this is literally starting here on October 1st, and it is going up a really pretty good amount here. Will increase 12.5% at the start of the next federal fiscal year, which is October 1st. So that's in a few days. Okay. Now we think about what we're expecting here for like the cost of living adjustment, which would be in addition to this for Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA, RRB. That's expected to be somewhere around like 8%, somewhere in the 8%, maybe, somewhere 8.5% or something like this. This is 12.5%. 12.5%. So obviously this would be in addition to, so if you're on Social Security or SSI, SSDI, VA, RRB, anything like that, this would be in addition because this is for SNAP benefits, food stamps. So this is the first kind of announcement here, 12.5%, and this is going to take effect here right away, okay, on October 1st. This is really good. Number two here, the White House announces over $8 billion in hunger and nutrition commitments. Okay, this is where things get a little difficult to kind of understand what is going to happen here with this money. It's really just news. It's hot off the press. We really don't even understand what's going to happen here with this money quite yet. I mean, I'll show you what it says here, but a little bit difficult to understand here. Regards to the 12.5%, I mean, it's good to see that that's higher than the 8% for the cost of living adjustment, which somewhere we're expecting around there. So, if you look at like 12.5% there, cost of living adjustment is going to be somewhere around there. Remember that last year's Social Security raise was 5.9%. So say 6%, we'll round that to 12.5% is double that compared to what Social Security got last year for comparison. So here's the details on this. White House announces over $8 billion in hunger and nutrition commitments. The White House announces that private and public sectors are committing more than $8 billion to reach the goal of trying to eliminate hunger completely in the US by 2030, which is that's an ambitious goal. Completely eliminating hunger. Quote, the range from the bold philanthropic contributions and in-kind donations to community-based organizations to catalytic investments in new businesses and new ways of screening for and integrating nutrition into healthcare and delivery. The White House said in a fact sheet released here today, which is right here, which is a very long and lengthy, very wordy, looks like a completely legal document, which is a complete nightmare to read through. Yeah. So the White House Conference on Hunger Nutrition was held, the first one, 50 years ago, according to the administration. The White House noted that at least $2.5 billion will be used to back startup companies finding solutions to hunger and food insecurity, while over $4 billion will go towards philanthropy that strengthens access to healthy food, encouraging healthy choices, and expanding physical activity. So some of this could be like the program like Meals on Wheels that delivers food to seniors, those type of things, often which sometimes are very reduced cost or even free. The senior administration officials told reporters on a call that over 100 organizations have committed to bold and, in some cases, paradigm shifting commitments that will meaningfully improve nutrition, promote physical activity, and reduce hunger and diet related disease over the next 7 years. Remember, 2030 is only 7 years away, because 2023 is going to be here in a few months. Actions to achieve the president's goal: improving food access, affordability, integration, nutrition and health, healthy choices, all this stuff. Restaurant food distributor Cisco will give $500 million to advancing healthy eating and serving its communities. They will give 600 million meals to children experiencing food insecurity. This says that they will literally give them out. So again, we'll have to see how a lot of these programs will work. When all this stuff comes out, I will let you know how they will work. Google will also introduce new features in its products to help people obtain public food benefits and healthcare services. Last year, about 10.2% of American households experienced food insecurity at some point, the Department of Agriculture said. The White House also announced that the National Restaurant Association will increase its Kids Live Well program to 45,000 restaurants, including fast food chains like Subway, Burger King, and Chipotle, which help restaurants cater healthier meal choices for children. Restaurants in this program will offer healthier offerings like water, milk, or juice for kids rather than soda. At least 1 million Americans are at risk for diet-related disease. Starting next year, the Rockefeller Foundation and the American Heart Association aim to mobilize $250 million in the partnership with Kroger as the first national food as medicine research initiative. The Biden administration envisions America where no one wonders when they will have enough money to put food on the table. And with this money, we'll see more programs that will potentially do some of this stuff. Some of the initiatives in the strategy, like expanding free school lunches, would require congressional cooperation, but that seems unlikely to happen in the near future. Hopefully, that won't be the case. You can also see here the White House hunger strategy widens free school meals and food stamps. Also, as I've learned here, that a lot of changes are happening on the state level as a lot of these programs, a lot of the SNAP food stamp assistance happens, a lot of the authority goes back to the states. So each state has its own kind of ruling and authority over each state. So I've actually seen here as we've kind of gone up to October 1st as the new start of the fiscal year. A lot of people have already started commenting that they just got word that they're getting a raise here from their state or something similar. I've just kind of done some quick research here recently. Take a look here. So this is an article from an Ohio news station, Fox 8, but this is applicable here for most states here. Okay. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has adjusted the income limits for SNAP food stamps. Beginning October 1st, the following will reflect Ohio's new income limits to be able to receive SNAP benefits. You can see here 100% of the poverty level for a single filer will be $1,133 a month. Two people, $1,526 a month. Three, $1,920. Four, $2,313. These are net income standards. And you could pause the video there if you need to. Gross income standards, 130% of poverty, 1473, 1984 for two people, 2495, and 3007. Again, you can pause the video here if you need to. Also, when we go down here, separate AG income standards for elderly and disabled, 165% of the poverty level. Okay, you can see the income levels here. 1869 per month for one person, 2518 for two, 3167 for three people in a household, and 3816 for four. Also here it says there will be a change in the maximum food assistance allotment for those receiving SNAP benefits. And this says maximum food assistance allotments, 281 for a single person. This does not include if your state is giving out bonus benefits. We've been going over that here. I'll show you that here in a second. A lot of states are doing that here still. Pandemic extra bonus money per month. 516 for two people, 740 for three, 939 for four. Some states actually give more than this. I know Hawaii is one of them. I don't remember what other states give them off the top of my head. You probably know this if you're in one of the states that can give more than this. 1116 for five, et cetera here. The minimum allotment, $23 per month, which is really, really low. According to a representative with the Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services, the United States Department of Agriculture increases the gross income limits every year. All states are required to implement this change. Previously, a family of three would qualify for benefits with a minimum monthly income of $23.79. Now, beginning October 1st, for federal year 2023, it's $24.95 for a family of three. So you can see here the income limits did go up for SNAP this year by about about $120 or so per month. Per month. And remember that Medicare Part B, that monthly premium is actually going down. So the income limits for this are going up. Medicare Part B cost is going down, even though inflation has gone up. So that was really good news because remember that last year Medicare Part B went up by like $21 and inflation's worse this year. So Medicare Part B could have easily gone up by like $30 this year. It could have went to like $200 a month, and it went down. So that was a really good trend reversal there. So instead of being $200, it actually went down to like $5 less than it was last year. So that was good news. And the income limits for SNAP went up. So really not that bad of news. Actually pretty good news there all around. There are some changes made to utility allowances as well. So all of these probably slightly went up here. You can see these here as well. Standard utility allowance 646, limited utility allowance 410, single standard utility allowance 92, and single telephone allowance 43. There are some states here, at least Pennsylvania, that I know of already. Let me know in the comment section below if you know of any other states that will also help our viewers here. That's because, again, the states have to do this on the state level. Pennsylvania here has massively increased their income limits for SNAP to 200% of the federal poverty guidelines. So instead of the 100 to 130% there, it's 200% of the federal poverty guidelines. So Pennsylvania really stepping up for their people there. Governor Wolf, who is a Democratic governor who's already term limited, he's on his way out. He's already served the maximum amount of term. Really stepping up for the people there. He's also calling for a $2,000 stimulus check with the stimulus money. But Republican legislature people there don't want to pass it for him. But this change will allow more than 420,000 additional Pennsylvanians and 174,000 households will be newly eligible for SNAP food stamp benefits as a result of this change. Let me know in the comments section if you know any other states that are doing this, because again, there's 50 states here, and hopefully our viewers will see it, and maybe I'll see it, and I'll publish that here in an upcoming video. Also, here is a quick look of the SNAP pandemic stimulus emergency allotments of states that are giving extra bonus money on top of the regular SNAP money that goes out here on a monthly basis. Again, September, here's a quick glance of September, kind of finishing out September. All the states that are giving it out here: Alabama, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, DC, District of Columbia, Guam, U.S. territory, Hawaii, Illinois, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, New Jersey, New Hampshire, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Texas, Vermont, Virginia, Utah, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Washington, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. It's about 35 states and U.S. territories here. We already have some coming in here for October, even though it hasn't started yet, but it will be. Alabama, Colorado, DC, Hawaii, Illinois, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, New Jersey, New Mexico, Michigan, North Carolina, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Texas, Utah, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. Somebody in the comment section said that Nevada was included in there as well, even though they weren't on the list. So I'm not sure about that, but somebody said that in the comment section. This provides an extra $95 per family on top of normal SNAP benefits. Extra money. This is bonus SNAP pandemic money on a monthly basis. So I'll keep you up to date here on all this stuff and what's going to happen here going forward. Also, I want to add in here, you can see this headline here. Only 19% of eligible seniors use California's SNAP food stamp benefit program. California's program is called CalFresh. All of the other states are pretty much called SNAP, like New York SNAP, Texas SNAP, Ohio SNAP. California has their own one just called Cal Fresh. But only 19% of eligible seniors in California use the food stamp program, which is basically like free money for food. Um, and California is the largest state population wise, but it's probably a similar percentage for other states. One of my missions on this channel is just to help as many people as possible. So you got to probably think it's probably a similar percentage in other states as well. So just my thought here is that if you're low income, just go to Google and type in, your state and SNAP, or, like California, apply for SNAP, or in this case, CalFresh, or if you're from Texas, apply for Texas SNAP program and apply, because if you get it, even if it's $50 a month or $100 a month, whatever it is, it's free money. And it comes right from the government. Again, make sure you go to the official state website and don't click on anything you're not supposed to, all that good stuff, right? But again, if it's free money to help you get food, it's completely free. You just get like a debit card. So again, my one of my goals on this channel is to help as many people as possible. So again, a lot of people just don't even know about this stuff. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country here on a daily basis. Make sure to click the subscribe button down below. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, it's completely free to do so. It just makes it so you won't miss out on new videos here that come out here on a daily basis at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to hit the like button for us as well, and I'll keep you up to date here. You can click here to watch my newest video next, and here is my video on Social Security raises as well. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.